Welcome to another exciting edition of the FMBN podcast. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we explore the world of mortgage banking. As always, our goal is to provide you with valuable insights and information so you stay inspired and informed as you embrace the ever-changing opportunity of mortgage banking in the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The program just got started, so sit back, relax, don't go nowhere as we go on a commercial break.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced star 219 hash. Star 219 hash is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial star 219 hash. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like star 219 star 3 hash to retrieve your NHF number, star 219 star 4 star 1 hash to check your last 5 transactions, and star 219 star 4 star 2 hash to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. Star 219 hash. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back to FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, as this program is proudly powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So now the frequently asked questions by Nigerians. Nigerians want to know, can I get the loan as an individual to build my own house, or do I need to buy a government-owned estate or from a private estate developer? Here's the response.
Yes. You can apply as an individual for an NHF loan to develop a land or buy directly from government-sponsored estate or private estate developers.
Okay, 7FM TV went into the streets of Abuja to get the user angle of what we have been talking about here on FMBN podcast concerning the NHF scheme, which is the National Housing Fund scheme. And it happens to be one of the products of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. 7FM TV correspondent Austin Sinom has the report.
All right, we're right here at the street of Abuja, live here in the street of Abuja to find out about how much of Nigerians know about the National Housing Fund scheme. NHF is created by Act 3 of 1992, and Section 2 of the Act states basically the aims and objective of the Act, which is to create affordable residential homes for Nigerians. But the question is this: how much of Nigerians know about the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria? How much of Nigerians know about the NHF scheme, National Housing Fund scheme? This is all we've come to find out here. Follow me. Let me get to meet some of these Nigerians. So I want to ask you, have you heard about the National Housing Fund scheme, NHF?
Yes, I have. I think almost every Nigerian will know about them.
Okay, so what do you know about it?
NHF, they help you to own a house, but on a mortgage. I think that's it.
Okay, they help you to own a house on a mortgage. That's correct. Yes. So, do you know anybody who have benefited from, or even have you benefited from it?
I have not, but I am sure that federal government workers benefit from the fund.
But do you know anybody at all?
I don't know.
About the National Housing Fund scheme, NHF, before?
Yes, I've heard of it.
So, what do you know about it?
It's a scheme established by federal government to provide affordable housing for Nigerians under certain conditions.
All right. It's good to say affordable housing for Nigerians. Yes. So that means it is open for every Nigerian to have access to that.
Ordinarily, it's open to all Nigerians to have access to it.
So have you heard about the National Housing Fund scheme before, NHF?
I know about the modern, these people are building to sell.
Okay, like the rent to own, the construction loan, the home renovation loan. Okay, so what do you know about this one?
What I know is that sometimes they used to sell the house about 5 million. Then we tell you to be paying 250. It helps a lot of people to get a house in Abuja.
How about mortgage?
Yeah, I do.
You've heard about the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you know about them?
I know it's an access created by the government to give to make housing affordable for everybody.
All right, so the first scheme that they started with is the National Housing Fund scheme, but subsequently they have the rent to own, they have the home renovation loan, you know, and all of that. The rent to own loan is a loan that you get a house, right, and then you pay on rental basis, isn't it? And then you pay by installment. So that's what they do. All right, so you know mortgage. Do you know anybody who have accessed loan from the Mortgage Bank of Nigeria?
No.
You don't know anybody who have accessed loan?
No.
So have you made any effort or attempt to access loan from them?
No, I haven't.
Why?
I guess, you know, I've been, I would say personally, my own service have always been by pay as you go. I haven't really, you know, explored the option of you know, the mortgage, but it's something I'll be willing to look into.
So if you are going pay as you go, I think the rent to own is a very good platform, because instead of you paying rent for a certain number of years and at the end, but the rent to own, you keep paying the rent, you know, and at the end, within a spread of about 30 years, then you own the house.
Of course.
And at 15 million naira.
That sounds nice. That sounds really good.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
But I'm advising people to go on it because you have a lot of people.
Wow.
So people will not suffer in paying house millions of naira. But if they give you up to 10 years or 12 years to pay, it is very good. You do, then you bring their rent houses down, so you make the other people who want to grow.
Like down to how much?
If the house of 20 million or 10 million, therefore bring it down up to 12 or 10 million.
No, it is not the Nigerians who don't have NHF or who don't know about them. It is the NHF that should look for how to do their marketing. They should reach out to Nigerians to know what they are doing. Because no matter what you do, as far as you're not doing publicity, you're like blinking in the dark. When you blink in the dark, only you know what you're doing. Nobody knows what you're doing. So the NHF is the one that should do their marketing to reach out to Nigerians, to sell their programs to Nigerians.
Now for the housing sector in Nigeria, FMBN holds that very privileged position of being the development finance institution for the housing sector within the country. So our mandate is to see how we can provide financing that will drive housing delivery for Nigerians. So regarding the business model of achieving that, what we have as the guiding principle for the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is that we address the market by providing, up till now, concessionary funding. And by concessionary, I mean funding that is at single-digit interest rate. So within the market, the open market, will have interest rates for mortgage financing or for construction housing in the double digits, in the 18%, 20%, 25% at times. But we are deliberate in ensuring that the funding we provide is at concessionary rate for mortgages and our other loans to individuals. They are at 6 or maximum of 7%. Compared to what you will have in the market,
in the commercial,
with the commercial market. So the strategy is to place FMBN at the forefront as an institution in the housing sector, and we have a number of targets which looks at how much we have contributed or collected under the National Housing Fund, and of course increasing those numbers significantly. Looking at the number of people who have been captured by the National Housing Fund, we have about 5 million plus presently, and increasing significantly on those numbers going forward.
Since
the scheme started in 1992.
In 1992.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, you've been able to capture, or you've been able to give houses to about 5 million people.
So we'll be able to have 5 million people contributing to the National Housing Fund, exactly. So some come in and some, of course, retire and then reform. But cumulatively we're able to do about 5.6 million, and we're looking at achieving up to 25 million additional over the 5-year tenure. And of course, looking at the number of houses we have, a number of loans we have given, a number of houses we have financed their construction of, and improving on those numbers as well. So in summary, that summarizes what the strategy of the bank seeks to achieve.
Why the 5 years strategy plan?
Over the 5-year strategy timeline of the plan, which was initially 2022 to 2024.
To 2024. Okay, it is 2 years down the line since 2019. Of course, it was approved in 2020.
2020, yes.
What has been the level of satisfaction, I mean, with that partnership with KPMG? So what can you say is the level of satisfaction? Because the essence is to strengthen your service delivery and your goals, of course. So what has been the level of satisfaction so far? Is there an improvement? Tell us about that.
Okay, thank you very much. So there has been significant improvement with that. The strategy of the bank is working, and it's working effectively well. And of course, when you have a 5-year timeline, you don't expect that you carry out everything within the first year or the second year.
Well done, Austin. Let's quickly go on a commercial break. And when we come back, FMBN News this week.
One, two. What? Stop! No, people. Don't go back our system.
Sorry, comrade. Thank you. As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent-to-own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
One, two. What? Stop! No, people. Don't go back our system.
Sorry, comrade. Thank you. As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent-to-own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
All right, good to know that you are still with us here on the FMBN podcast and you are watching 7 FM TV, as this program is proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So let's bring you FMBN News this week. And that's the much we have for you on this week's edition of FMBN Podcast. Many thanks for joining us on this week's edition of FMBN Podcast. Do well to join us next week, as it promises to be informing and interesting as well. And of course, our social media handles are displayed on your screen. Do well to follow us at Instagram 7TV_NIG, Twitter 7TV_NIG, Facebook 7TV Nigeria, YouTube 7FM-TV. You can also visit our website at www.7media.ng. And of course, do well to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. Till I come your way next week, my name is Patience Okai, your host. Stay blessed. Bye.